Namaste. Myself, Vijayalakshmi Desai, Principal, MLMN College of Education, Chikmagaluru. Today, I would like to explain one of the important concepts in psychology, that is creativity. So today, let us venture into the word called creativity. What is the meaning of the creativity? What are the factors, nature, how to identify the creativity among the learner, as well as what are the hurdles in development of the creativity and how to enhance the creativity. Okay, now let us begin our journey into the word called creativity. Creativity is one of the important human qualities which has made this world into such a beautiful thing. Whatever the nature has created, been creating and will be created, there also we have a hand of human brain which influences through the creativity. One of the important famous philosopher as well as a scientist says that the world is so beautiful, so comfortable, so happy as well as so important to us because of the man's brain which developed the concept of creativity. This creativity has a number of fields. It can be development of a literature, a poetry, maybe a solution to the problems of the people, maybe a social ideology, maybe a new philosophy or scientific problem solving or even the social problem solving. Even a businessman can also induce some of the solutions to enhance the financial development, and it can also be referred as creativity. Thus, creativity has number of fields. Each field has its own important influencing factors, and the world has looking, and it's also looking downward as well as upward, the line of creativity and the curve of creativity. The word creativity has fascinated man since ages. Man has developed a number of comfortable things in this world due to his creative brain. It is one of the most valuable attachment as well as an identity to the human intelligence. So there is also an interrelationship between intelligence as well as creativity. When we look at the fields of creativity, the creativity is in the field of literature, it is in the field of social development, it is referring to the scientific applications and the various art and artifacts. So the creativity has a very wide discipline, very wide fields for the understanding of the word called creativity. Now when we look at the origin of the word called creativity, it is derived out of the Latin language creare in English. Creare refers to create something new. New refers to novelty, then uniqueness, then utilitarian value of that as well as flexibility. And most of the time, whatever is created, if it is applicable, if it is a solving aspect of a problem, then that aspect becomes more creative, more famous in the name of creativity. The persons who create are called as creatives, and they also are referred as creative persons. Persons in the field of intelligence, in the field of recognition and identification, they want to identify themselves that they are creative. So there is also a race, there is also a challenge, there is also a kind of fight to identify themselves as creativity as well as creative persons. Background to the creativity. In the early days, even though persons were with creative ability, they were not identified and recognized on par with the intelligent people. Commonly, they were called as talented and intelligent. But later in the 19th century, people also developed some of the tests which deviated from the intelligence, and creativity is slightly different from the intelligence. So onwards of the 19th century until today, people have gathered a lot of information, research as well as number of fields where the creativity can be enhanced and developed, and it also enlightened the scientist, the educationist, as well as the social psychologist, how the root cause of the creativity originates. Nature of creativity. The creativity explains to us that there are certain naturally occurring phenomena in the creativity. All persons at the outset exhibits some amount of creativity. It is said that 5% of creativity will be exhibited in all the persons, but the creativity, when it is beyond 50% or it is beyond some observation aspects, then we call it as creativity. That is, it is a common character. Creativity is a common character. Creativity is a kind of incubated sudden thought which will be explaining that it is sudden, but nothing comes in vain. There is a long gap of incubation, there is a long gap of nurturing factors for a new creativity. Even though in the history we have seen that Archimedes, when he said Eureka, at that point only he identified the solutions of the problem given to him by the king. But in the mind of Archimedes, there was a long incubation, there was a kind of flexible aspects, there was a urge to find out a solution to the problem given to him. So one fine day he called it as Eureka. It doesn't mean that creativity is a sudden explanation or explosion of an idea. Then we pass on to the next natures of the creativity. Creativity can be applicable. Sometimes creativity may not be able to apply. That means a person who creates something is sometimes impossible to apply in the context of some solutions or in the context of some problem solving. There could be a solution which remains on the paper or in the ideology of a person, but it may not be directly possible to apply. In the future, maybe there is a creative things in the paper, but in the future it can also be seen as an applicable aspect. Then creativity always originates from the mind which processes with the divergent thinking. That is, when a mind is exposed to multiple aspects of thinking, which is very novel, which is very flexible, which is also a kind of a newness to the person as well as to the society, then only it is exploded. So the creativity is sometimes or always be considered as the original ideas. Then what are the fields as we have already seen? It may be an idea, it may be in the form of a machine, it may be in the form of a problem solving, it may be in the form of a formula, it may be in the form of an artifact, it may be in the form of constructions, it may be in the form of day-to-day life activities, it can be utilization of the common sense in the specific area with certain reasons, rationale behind that. So that is about the nature of the creativity. Characteristics of the creative personality. So when we look at a person, whether he is creative or not, when you look at a child, whether the child is creative or not, how do we identify? There exists some characteristic as explained by American psychologist and educationist by name called Torrance. Torrance says that a creative child goes beyond the way. So always whenever children or even elders, they go beyond the way, like other common man, what common man is doing, then that is one of the identification or an indication that the person is creative. Secondly, there will be an innumerable amount of curiosity which is oozing out in the mind of the child. Whether the child expresses his curiosity or not, there will be a thing of curiosity in the mind. Sometimes children ask innumerable questions, one after the other, what it is, why it is, how it is, again why it is so like that. So these questions initially may burden the elders how to answer these children, but it is naturally indication of the creativity. Thirdly, the child or a person with the creativity, most of the time it is in the beginning stage we look at the child only. So as the child is growing up, It is influenced by innumerable observable objects in the nature, maybe both animate and inanimate, as well as some ideas, stories, listening, interacting with the innumerable people or number of people. Now, meanwhile, there could be some striking thing a child may come across. So that may be haunting in the mind. So you can see the curious working out on a specific topic which is unearthed. If any question is unanswered, or if there is a statement that no, you can't do that, no, it is not possible to do that, no, it cannot be done, there the mind starts about the thinking. Further, the children with the creativity, they also give more option for imagination. Sometimes, somewhere I also read that the imagination is the ground foundation of the creativity. The more and more imagination, the better chances of creativity. Again, imagination, what imagination can bring out, how the imagination is different from daydreaming and just dreaming, is slightly deviating. That is another topic where in future we will also deal with the imagination and what is referred as daydreaming. But here imagination is where we are applying the mind in case of the child is experiencing the situation. The child is also finding certain kind of solution to the problem, or solution to what cannot be done is already set. So there is always a scope for imagination. Children without imagination cannot be referred as creativity. So they may explain that imagination either verbally or non-verbally through sketches, drawings and paintings, or through certain musical expressions, or through dramatization, monoactions, or some kind of things that they may incubate in their mind. Whenever there is a expression, chances are there, they may say. Then, those who are having this creativity, they are also referred to more flexible. The moment there is something new, they say, okay, now let us accept this, let us invite this, let us welcome this. This kind of attitude is also found in the nature of the creative person. Then, they also show a divergent thinking aspect. Now, in the mind, we always explain that there are two ways of thinking. One is convergent thinking, the other one is the divergent thinking. Convergent thinking is a thinking where how others are made us to think. Divergent thinking is a thing where we observe that there is a variety of thinking, and in all direction, in all possible direction, there is a reflective thinking, there is a problematic thinking, there is also a constructive thinking, there is a creative thinking, and there is a critical thinking also. So when all these types of thinking are merged in the divergent thinking, then definitely the child is explained to be referred to as a creative child. Stages of creativity. As we have already observed that creativity is not, or creating something is not a day's work or a sudden outburst. It is undergoing certain stages. The first stage is referred as the preparation stage, where the mind is encountering the problem. Encountering the problem refers to attacking the problem from all aspects, from every nook and corner of the problem solving. Let us consider a small example that a person has lost the keys and the lock is so large and he has to open the room. So how important it is for him to open the room. That is the first aspect which pins to create something. Now multiple solutions are there, breaking up the lock, then making a duplicate key and breaking the door, or using another door for the room, or permanently not using that room. May not be the exact solutions, but multiple solutions. Now the creative mind is attacking the problem from various aspects. So the preparation stage, as Torrance feels, the more and more time is given to preparation stage, and how sensitive is the person regarding the preparation, regarding the problem during the preparation stage, will include or increase the solution to the creativity. Then secondly, the stage is about the incubation. So as you have heard about the word incubation, it refers to hatching of an idea. Before that, lot of heat, lot of care, lot of thoughts are only concentrating regarding the problem. So as you have already seen how Einstein's creativity or Newton's creativity or even Bernard Shaw's creativity of the biggest dramas, even examples of Shakespearean dramas, both tragedy and comedies, there is an incubation. So when they walk, when they eat, when they sleep, when they talk to others orally, the incubation is always with the content, that is the problem. So as the incubation is going on, it is expecting, it is waiting for certain inspiration to explain or to come out with a solution. So incubation is another important factor. Most of the time, the persons all are not creative because the preparation stage is there. We are given with the problem, we are made to observe the problem, but since we do not incubate or we are not thinking about the problem everywhere, we may not find out the solution. That is why the first step will end up with some people, and those who go to the next step, that is incubating that ideas, then come out with a very beautiful solutions which are very useful, which are very ideal, which are very a kind of model and a kind of imitable ideologies, then definitely they have undergone the incubation. Then thirdly, we also look at the reflective activities. The moment the child is incubating the thing, then how it is reflecting its activities. How it is reflecting the activities. Reflecting refers to reacting to the incubated ideas with the solutions or with the problems. How it is matching with the problem with the solutions. Most of the time multiple solutions are there and single problem is there. But concentrating on the problem and reflecting only with that, either paper pencil activities or constructing activities as in the case of an architect, or conducting so many experiments in the case of the scientists in the laboratory, or a mathematical ideologist doing workout with a blackboard, or a poetical lyrical rhythmic creations multiple times written and striped out. So the reflective activity will also enhance another third stage of the creativity. Then comes the fluency. As we all know, like the imagination is the backbone of the creativity, fluency is another important factor of the creativity. The more and more we are able to have fluency, the more and more creativity will come out. Most of the time, the people with very little language or language handicapped personalities are what is called as the language challenged persons, or those who are not able to use the verbal talent or vocabulary, or what is called as the word power. Sometimes they ponder over here and there to explain. So fluency is the fourth stage of the creativity. The more persons are again stuck up here. Linguistic abilities, expressive mathematical abilities, then a kind of semantic encoding, decoding. So many things are involved in the development of creative solutions. So during that period, the influency is also to some extent is influencing, and this stage, the moment the person is fluently explaining, fluently expressing, fluently narrating, then he has come to the final stage of the creativity. The fourth stage of the creativity is the fluency. As already we are aware that the fluency is the second backbone or the standing backbone of the creativity, next only to the imagination. This fluency is referring to the generation of the ideas or a method or a expression may also get influenced by the vocabulary as well as the words that we can express the right words, the right encoding of the various formulas, then signs, signals, how better we are at it. So the fluency is also the stage where we are about to express our creativity. Then comes the originality. Originality is the ultimate and the final stage of the creativity. Originality is referring to something new, unique and unrepeatedness. So nobody should have been done in the previous, then it should be very novel, it should be very unique and it should be the ultimate. Nobody can. At that stage, this creativity is referred as the originality. So in the following stages, as we have observed the preparation stage, the incubation stage, the reflective things, and then we come out with the fluency as well as the flexibility to the originality. Flexibility is multiple ideas, multiple methodologies, multiple formulas as well as multiple directions of expressions. So maybe you can consider a music director who is composing her music. Then there could be multiple musical compositions made for the same thing. Then ultimately he'll pick one or two out of that and then shortlist among them and then concludes the final ones. So the music director is like that. Even development of a poetry, multiple times the poet might have written and then strike it out and then recreated and then added a word, deleted something and then concludes. So up to originality we have all these stages. Now let us see what is the interrelationship influence between the intelligence as well as the creativity. Now there will be a frequent question from our students, from the public, from the social leaders, that is whether the intelligence and creativity are the same. As already in the beginning I said, it is not, they are slightly different. Now whether all creative persons are intelligent and intelligent people are creative. So in intelligence, well, we were making a graph of the intelligent distribution in the society. Only 2% of the total population are referred as the gifted, that is the highly supernatural personalities who are gifted with a high amount of mental energy, that is high intelligence, that is above 140. 140 IQ. Now all gifted, when they stop at giftedness, they are called as gifted. Now the further continuation of the giftedness is creativity. That is, all creative persons are gifted, but all gifted may not be creative. And there are two conclusions regarding the intelligence as well as the creativity. One is, a person may be having sometimes an average intelligence but may be having a very high creativity. On the other hand, a high creative person may possess minimum average intelligence. But most of the high level creative persons like Einstein or Newton and all that, we find that they equally have a very high IQ as well as a high expression of creative, scientific creativity. Now we also see that there are two ways of creativity or two dimensions of the creative. One is the artistic creativity, the other one is scientific creativity. Both cannot be equated. The creativity has the same stages that we have already discussed. Then in the scientific creativity, again there is a solution to the problem, and in the artistic creativity there is a newness, as you see in the art field, maybe painting, sketching, drawing, as well as sculpture, murals, architectural designs and so on. There we find even jewelry design, even making the new designs with the dresses, as fashion designers claims. Lot of creative world is opening towards the new generation. In the 21st century, we are having more artistic creativity when compared to the scientists. Scientific creativity refers to new ideas, new formulas, new constructions of the scientific derivations, and unsolvable mysteries are going to be solved in the field of biology, in the field of physics, mathematics, chemistry and its applied sciences. So we also see two dimensions of creativity. Now certain reflections regarding the word called creativity, we can look at it. The creativity as well as the development of the creativity and expressions of the creativity, is it related to the social background and environment of the child? The question arises in many kinds of reflections from the various sections of the world. Certain conclusions regarding this. The most creative persons have evolved out of the better conditions at home as well as family relationship and with the interactions with the society. But we cannot deny also that the most troubled situations, the most referring to the struggling situations also have brought a new creative ideas. So when the person creates, if he is comfortable, if he is very acclimatized with the problems, if he has time to use his intelligence into development of some creative activity or the situation. So the answering to this question may not be that easy. It's a complex because creativity itself is a complex activity and it's a complex phenomenon. Hence, whatever favoring conditions that we have towards creativity may not be 100%, but still the educationists as well as scientists have come out with some common qualities which can enhance or what is called as the foster the work called creativity. One is, whenever we are answering the child, we should answer logically. Then a child who experiences a logical atmosphere at home is more tend to creative. Secondly, a flexible atmosphere at home as well as in the school where the thinking is most of the time given a kind of opportunity to answer, to respond by the child. Then thirdly, responsibility. Sometimes the age may not be equated to responsibility. You are a small child, you can't do that, you can't think like that, you should not know it, may not be helpful. So sometimes the younger children, like in the case of Einstein, we can also see in the case of Newton already repeated, then even Alva Edison, even John Keats, then even most of the upbringing creative personalities, they started the creativity during their young age. So responsibility given to the child may help us to develop the creativity. Next is imaginary aspects. So the child should be mentally free and should be given more and more opportunity to express its flexibility, imaginations, either in the form of storytelling, story writing, creating novels and other things. The area of creativity, whatever has been listed so far, may not be only the fields. The child may find out a new field of creativity. Nowadays, this technological digitalization has developed a number of areas of creativity where animations, picturizations, conversion of a story into cartoons, converting the cartoons into various games, they are all the expressions of the creativity. Even various cyber crimes where they are opening up the cyber crimes and finding out a new solutions to the problems are also referring to a new area of creativity. So the child should be made to express that creativity in any walks of life. Then the role of parent and the role of the so-called teacher, who is a guide, who is a philosopher, who is also an inspirer, cannot be denied. The parent's role is make the child maximize to exposure to the environment, more sensitivity with the environment and finding out new solutions to the environment. In the classroom, with the children, with the peer group, in the school, amidst the library, outside the laboratory, inside the laboratory, as well as outside the school also, the child should be created in such a way that it should enhance on the creativity of a newness. In spite of all that, what in educational aspects can be done? What are the factors which enhances the creativity or foster the creativity? One of the first factor that we have observed is the brainstorming. More and more child should be given an opportunity to undergo the brainstorming where a problem is exposed to the child and flexibility of solutions are went on recording and ultimately which is the best and that can be taken for creative aspects of the child. Thirdly, very flexible evaluation. If the teacher says write in 4 lines, write in 3 pages, write only in 1 line, may not be helpful for the creative children. If the child is able to write all the pages, and however the child is impressive to write, or however child wishes and willing to write, you should allow the child to write it. Then sometimes optionals are given in the question papers, this or that. So sometimes 2 answers are written. Most of the examinations we see both are written so beautifully in the same time. That is creative. Optional is taken. So both should be given good weightages, and should involve with the child and express that how good the child is answering both the questions. Sometimes the evaluation program, the child should be made to create the questions in the examinations. So a question bank can be referred for creating the new type of questions. Then development of models in science, development of new dramas, conversion of text into dramatization, conversion of a drama into a text, then development of a music into a story into a music. So lyrical into some verbal into non-verbal. So conversion of all these things will also enhance the child to express the creativity. Then ultimately, creativity and creative children are the assets of any society. We as a educationist, as a teacher, as a netizens of a nation, in order to develop our nation, our society, to solve the current problems, we have to encourage, we have to nurture the creativity and still stand and support the very creativity which is the gift of the nature.